Hello, you probably have come here to ask and learn how to start a website from a Raspberry Pi and put it onto the network. This is your tutorial. So all the things you're going to need is a SD card, a Raspberry Pi, and a computer with internet access. So first, you're going to want to install the Raspberry Pi imager. So for me, I need to go to Discover and Raspberry Pi. Should show up there, I've already downloaded it. Or you can search your Raspberry Pi imager on Google and download it from the website. So you got to download for Windows, Mac OS, or Debian. But I had to go with the Discover option for Arch Linux. So now, once you've installed the application, you're going to go to the app, open it up, choose your device, Raspberry Pi in my case, Raspberry Pi 5. This is recommended for the operating system. I'll go to Raspberry Pi OS Other and then choose Light and then choose my storage. So select my SD card and edit settings. I'm going to set my host name. It's going to make it Apache.local. Set your username and password. So I'm just going to do that. Set my locale and in services, click on enable SSH and click on save. Yes. I should type in my password. And it should write. Okay, now that's finished flashing. I just click on continue and take out my SD card. Now you inject the SD card into your Pi and then plug it into power and Ethernet if you chose to select Ethernet. So it will reboot a couple times, so I'd give it at least 5 minutes to get into the system. Okay, so now I think that's ready to boot, so you're gonna open up the console and type in SSH, your username, and then the IP address that you got assigned. So you can find that in your settings here. Should be named whatever you named it. So it might appear somewhere. And always double check that it's properly plugged in. It could sometimes be a bit loose, and mine is definitely plugged in. So I'm going to try and connect using the IP. And it appears that it worked, but I've already connected to here. Okay, let's try it again. And it worked. So now you do since this is a Debian fork, just do sudo apt update, and it will update all the repositories. And that's where it gets all the apps that you install. And it may take up to 20 minutes. Okay, it looks like it's finished. Now you do sudo apt install Apache 2. Click on Y. Now, you should go to here. Now, type in 192.168 and then, or just the IP. So I'm pretty sure that should work. Nope. Okay. Type that in, and you should see this. If you don't, you may have like maybe skipped a step, and you should go look back. Or just contact me in the comments. So we're gonna be making a example page using nano on Linux. So you type in sudo nano /var/www/html and sudo ls/var/www. Yeah, so I'm just gonna cd there, and you go sudo nano index.html, and you can see all of this. But what I'm actually gonna do is sudo rm index.html. So I'll just delete the file, and then we do sudo nano index.html. Now I'll type in head. So you need these two tags, and just go type in title hello world. So head is what you don't see, but now we're going to make the body tags. So we can just type in h1 hello world h1, and so the ones with the slash are called closing tags. The one without the slash are called opening tags. Now I press Ctrl X, Y to save, Enter to exit, and now actually no, before we access it, sudo system restart Apache 2. Allow us to restart the web server. Now type the IP address in, and we don't want to do that. We want to do that, and we should get this. Now to make links, let's go into it. So we get a pair of A tags and an href equals quotation marks. Let's just do, you need to do the full address, so and then we add the next sign, and we type in, we can just do h3 and then we add the h3 closing tags and the a closing tags. And we should now have a link that goes to Google. These links can go anywhere. So for example, we can make it go towards our YouTube channel. So let's just get up my YouTube. And while that's loading, you can just nano into it. Now, I do not know how to edit in VS Code. So let's just put in my YouTube channel. Oh, that's right. We need to right click instead of Control V. And then we add the new A tags. H3 again. And then closing H3 tags. And then the closing A tags. And then again, we can restart Apache. And just put in the IP. And there you go. You have a basic links page.